Today I am going on a 16-hour flight, and that comes directly after a 5-hour flight, which, if you can do math, means 21 hours total in a plane. And the funny thing is, it's actually over the course of 3 calendar days, thanks to a pretty hefty time change. The funny thing is that on the way home, I'm actually going to be going back in time when I travel across the international date line. Anyway, unpopular opinion, and call me crazy, but I absolutely love long haul flights. And you're probably thinking right now, like, Lauren, you're insane. 16 hours on a plane sounds like torture. But honestly, I can get a full night's sleep, watch a bunch of movies and shows that I've been dying to watch uninterrupted, maybe even get some work done, and just really have some alone time. Plus, as long as I follow all of my rules, I won't suffer from jet lag. So I thought today I would do a super helpful video while I travel across the world. I want to show you guys how I prepare for the flight, everything while I am in flight, and my tips on how to survive that jet lag. If you have never been on a super long haul flight before and you have one coming up, you can really watch this and properly prepare yourself. So first, let's talk about where I'm going. Right now I am in Detroit, which is my home airport, and first I am flying to LA. But then I am flying all the way to Sydney, Australia, and that is going to be the 16-hour flight. That's the route you're going to see today, even though I am doing a little bit of Sydney, a little bit of the Great Barrier Reef, and then I'm headed to Papua New Guinea. So subscribe and stay tuned for those vlogs as well. After all, you're going on this super long journey with me. You might as well enjoy the trip with me too. Disclaimer, I am solo traveling today. It could be a little bit awkward. I don't have anyone to help me film. I could even have people next to me. It could get really loud. It could get really dark. So just be aware of that. So first, I want to get the big question out of the way, and that is all about jet lag. And don't worry, once we get on the plane, I'm going to go over like how to get comfortable and essentials that I need to sleep. But right now, we need to go over how I figure out when to sleep during this crazy long travel days, plural. Just work with me here while I explain, okay? It's a little bit of math. And I made some graphics. As of today, Sydney, Australia is 14 hours ahead of Detroit, Michigan. I'm going to LA first, and it's 17 hours ahead of LA. Once I go in airplane mode on that long haul flight, my clock on my phone is going to be stuck at that time. So that's the time difference we're going to be working with today. If you get anything at all out of this video, please understand this. The most important factor of figuring out when to sleep is going to be what time you land at your destination. Then we're going to work backwards. So here we go. So I'm going to land at 8 a.m. I want to wake up from my night of sleep around 6 a.m. Sydney time. Because honestly, that's probably the time I'm going to be waking up anyway. Do you understand that part? And then we need to figure out how many hours we actually want to sleep. For me, it's anywhere from 6 to 9 hours. I'm usually a 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. sleep kind of girl, so that's what we're gonna work with today. So here are the conversions between LA time and Sydney time. If I want to go to sleep around 10 p.m. Sydney time, then I need to go to sleep at about 5 a.m. LA time. Now, of course, that's going to be really 8 a.m. in the time zone that I'm used to, which would technically be pulling an all-nighter. So what I'm also going to do is attempt to sleep on this 5-hour flight. If I follow this plan, I will wake up a couple of hours before I land in Sydney, completely refreshed from as much of a full night's sleep as I can get. And then I'll be able to get off the plane, arrive, and immediately start to enjoy the official day one of my trip. And while we're talking about it, the worst thing you can do, the absolute worst thing you can do is land in the morning, go to your hotel, and sleep. You need to do whatever locals would be doing at that destination at that time. And by the way, you can use this example for any time zone, any flight arrival, whenever. If I'm flying somewhere and I'm going to land late at night, then I'm going to sleep on the beginning half of the flight instead, so that when I arrive, I can still go back to sleep at the normal time that I'm supposed to go to sleep. I actually did an entire video on this a little while ago, so if you want this information a little bit more in depth, I will link it down below, and then you guys can really create your own little timetables for when you have a really long haul flight. And I'm actually very, very proud of my jet lag technique, you guys, so let me know down in the comments if it made sense and helped you, or if you tend to do something else. Did I mention this entire journey round trip from Michigan all the way to Australia was free? Points and miles are a beautiful thing. So now I want to talk about choosing seats, because this is going to be very important when you're choosing a seat on your flights. On this first flight, I actually chose seat 21A because it is an exit row, and it's actually a pretty unique exit row seat because there's nobody in front of me. The exit row seats in front of me only have 2 seats, and then my configuration is 3 seats, so I should have a lot of leg room. I'm 5'10", so that is very helpful. For my second flight, I chose seat 30L. It is still economy, but it is the first row of economy, and I should have at least 2 to 3 feet of leg room, and I love it because I can get up whenever I want to. I don't have to bug any of my neighbors and wake them up, and I will still have a window seat to be able to go to sleep very easily. I did pay extra for that front row on the long haul flight because to me it's completely worth it. So if you can get the seats that make sense with as much legroom as possible, get those. Now let me show you guys what I'm traveling with today. I of course have a personal item, and I of course have a carry-on. Now the goal when you travel, especially when you long haul travel, is to never have to open up your carry-on bag at all. It's gonna go overhead and you shouldn't need anything out of it. A lot of you guys had questions about how to organize your bag so that when you need stuff out of it during the flight, it's easy to find. And the answer is plain bag. And what is a plain bag? Every single thing that I am going to need while I am in the air. Try not to even touch this. Personally, for me, this is filled with electronics. So unless I'm getting out my laptop or another camera or something like that, I really don't need anything out of this. This is my plain bag, and everything that I really need on the flight is going to be in here, with the exception of some of my snacks. So really for your plain bag, you can use anything that you want. I just like something small enough to be able to put in that seat back pocket in front of you. And what I like to put in mine is a charging cord, wireless headphones for my own device, headphones for the seat back entertainment, hand sanitizer, electrolytes, eye drops, whatever pills I may need, 2 pens for any forms that you may need to fill out, some snacks, an eye mask, chapstick, and of course my passport and my boarding pass. And then if I'm going to use my Kindle or my computer in flight, I will get that out of my bag when I need it because I want as much space as possible. Let's chat about neck pillows and what I brought with me today. Now, if you guys have been a fan of my videos for a little while, you know that I usually don't pack a neck pillow, even for a 16-hour flight, because they do have airplane pillows and I always get a window seat. But today I did bring one with me. But let me explain. This neck pillow actually opens up with this zipper right here, and you can put some stuff inside. Then I can fit it around my neck and sleep, or because it does go completely straight like this, I do like to just kind of cuddle with it too. I don't like the turtleneck pillow. I don't like any other silly little gimmicks. You guys, I've used it all. I've been to 101 countries. If it's designed to help you sleep on a flight, I've tried it. And even if something is a little bit more comfortable, it's annoying to have to bring with you. Everything that's in here can still fit back in my carry-on, so that if I don't need this neck pillow, I can pack it away. Because the thing is, if this is just kind of hanging out at the airport all day, it's in the bathroom with you, it's kind of gross. Now you guys, on this first flight, my #1 goal is to take a little bit of a nap, like I said, also to stay hydrated and maybe watch a movie or a show. I did wake up early today, and I did as much as I possibly could do so that my body would be really tired by the time I got on this flight. I try not to do a lot of caffeine on travel days. I had a coffee this morning, and then I had like a Diet Coke on the way here, but that's about it. All right, we are boarding soon, and if you can't tell, I changed into my glasses because if I want to sleep on this flight, I can't wear my contacts, so. All right, I landed in LA. It's about 6:15 and I have about 4 hours till our plane leaves. So first things first, I have to go to the next terminal. I don't know what terminal I'm in right now, but I know I need to go to 7. Let's go. Between terminals 1 and 2 is a walking path to get to terminal 7, so that's what I'm looking for. All right guys, we made it to terminal 7, so now we have to actually go through security and everything all over again because we completely changed terminals. Now I have TSA pre-check, which I think is such a great thing to have. Actually, I have global entry, which includes pre-check, so that way I get to go through security super easy and fast. Like, what if I had a short layover right now? Luckily, I don't check bags, so I didn't need to go pick up my bag, wheel it all the way over here, check it again, and then go through security. And I also can't forget to finish my liquids because I can't bring it through. It's a good chance to finish hydrating. I'm already through security. That literally took 45 seconds. I'm starving. Let's find some food. I got cheesecake because I'm on vacation. So if you're new here, I pack carry-on only, and I do packing videos when I'm about to go on a trip to show you guys what I pack. So I will link down below the video that I made for this trip. But my most helpful technique to always pack carry-on only is to do a capsule wardrobe. And newsflash, that is going to include my plane outfit. So basically right now I have on a t-shirt, I have on some Old Navy joggers, and then I have a merino wool long sleeve. This top is going to match with a bunch of different bottoms, and these bottoms are going to match with a bunch of different tops, and I did that on purpose. I'm not gonna just go dress in a bunch of sweatpants or something like that because I'm not gonna wear those again on my trip. But this t-shirt and these joggers I could wear again if I wanted to. Dressing in layers is key. I either get really, really hot on a flight or really, really cold. Even my last flight that was only 5 hours, I was really hot when I boarded and I was freezing in the middle of it. One thing that I always say, and nobody really seems to talk about, is to wear pants that cinch at the ankle. You do not want to wear wide leg pants when you are traveling. If you have ever been on a long haul flight, you know what the bathroom looks like at the end of the flight. For some reason, everything is wet. You don't want to sit down to use the bathroom and have the bottom of your pants get all wet. Now, I only packed sandals due to the nature of my trip, so of course I'm wearing a pair of sandals right now. And I do like to do that when I travel because then I can take them off on the plane in case my feet swell. Speaking of swelling, I did pack a pair of compression socks to wear. I'm not a huge fan of compression socks because I think they're just uncomfortable and they really make me a little bit too hot and they almost compress a little too much. But we did pack them because they are very important for the 16-hour flight, just for blood flow and to prevent blood clots. But I did also pack a little pair of slippers, so when I walk on the plane, it's not just the socks. I'm gonna do some stretches that I can do while I have this space. Obviously on a flight, you're not gonna have the space that you would have here at the airport, so I'm going to be doing just kind of some bigger movements and everything, and then on the plane I will do little movements in my seat or whatever I can get away with in the small area that I will have to move around. So it's no surprise that your body is going to dehydrate on the plane. Everybody knows that. It's going to be very important to drink water, even have some electrolytes. I have a little powder that I put in my drinks, and that goes for your body, but also for your face and everything. I love to throw on a moisturizer and even a sleep mask if I want to, just to hydrate as much as possible. I'm walking around as much as I can right now before I get on a 16-hour flight where I'm going to sit for that long, but it is essential for you to get up and walk around on the plane as much as you can as well. Usually there's a little area by the bathroom that you can stretch in, and don't worry that you look weird or anything. Like, I totally just looked weird stretching in the airport, but it's important. So one tip, you guys, is you never want to assume that you know your boarding position. But sometimes with international flights that are really big, they board in a way that you may not be used to. So stick around your gate and wait until you're called and pay attention. Even if you're in row 105, you still may board first because they may board the back before the front. With that being said, we should be boarding any minute. And I'm in group 3. Now, one of the biggest questions that you guys asked is what to do for the whole flight. And if I'm not sleeping and I'm not eating, then I'm likely just watching movies or listening to a podcast, reading a book, getting some work done. But to be honest, I'm just really a movie or TV show kind of girl. We are now taking off, actually a little bit late, and it is time for my first movie. I'm gonna watch Can't Hardly Wait while I wait for my dinner. I watched one movie, and my goal is to watch one more, stay awake, and then I can go to bed. 30 minutes before I want to sleep, I take a new sleep strip, and it dissolves right on your tongue. Once I'm ready to sleep, I find some sort of ambient sleep sound that I want to listen to, whether it's on my phone or on the seatback entertainment. And then I cuddle up with my pillows, put on my eye mask, and fall asleep. It's that easy. I woke up several hours later and decided to put on a face mask to moisturize and then watch another movie before my breakfast was served. I made it, I'm here, I have a coffee, and now I'm gonna go explore. Thanks for flying with me for 30 hours. Bye guys.